Hello and welcome to today's video. Today I thought it would be fun to rank my blushes. Now these videos have been very popular over the past couple of weeks on YouTube and I figured I should eventually join in. I'm always late to the party, but here we are. The first person I saw do this was Kelly Gooch, so I will link her channel below, but there are a ton of other people who've done videos ranking different parts of their collections from eyeshadows, bronzers, and today, like I said, we're gonna do blushes. I have 31 pans of blush scattered across 15 different products in my collection. So instead of ranking each individual pan, which I honestly can't imagine doing that because it comes down to both formula and shade, and that's a hot mess. So instead of ranking each pan, I'm gonna rank each of the 15 different blush products that I have. And starting out, I'm gonna swatch some of them so I have a little rag to wipe my hands, but to start at the lowest, so number 15 is my BH Cosmetics. This is like the Glamorous Blush Tin Pan Palette, and this is what it looks like on the inside. I found this at TJ Maxx, or no, Ross, it was Ross. And I was really excited when I found it, because at the time, I believed I owned maybe like two, possibly three blushes, so not many. So at the time, this was just gigantic and really gonna fill a lot of holes, or what I was hoping would fill a lot of holes in my blush collection. I actually really enjoy blush. I think it's a lot of fun to pair and think about my makeup look, and I was excited by these red shades. I was excited by these really cool pink tones, and then it also has some kind of warm neutral colors, and like some of these actually work really well, but honestly, some of them are very pigmented, and that's the reason why this is ranking last for me, is because I thought that, oh yeah, these will be super wearable. I can make, I can sheer them out. They'll work. No, I cannot for the life of me get them to sheer out. They are like eyeshadows. And so for that reason, and that was also, I was early on in learning what my preferences for makeup were. And so I realize now that super pigmented blushes like these, they don't work for me. I want something that's a little bit more sheer, that actually builds, that I don't run the risk of ruining my look immediately when I put it on because it's just too colorful. So that is number 15 in my collection. Next up, I have a lipstick, and this is the shade 207. Now, I should also throw out a disclaimer really quickly. I enjoy all of the blushes that I own, or else I wouldn't have them still. But these are just the ones, it's just ranking. Everybody has a favorite child. No one's willing to admit it. I'm trying to do that today. So this is the number 207 from the ULTA Beauty lipstick line. I bought this a while back and it looks awful on me as a lipstick, but as a cream blush, I really enjoy it. And it's been in a recent project, so you can tell that it's gotten a lot of love, and it will hopefully be done before the year's up, maybe, hopefully, we'll see. But yeah, it's a great little blush and I actually really enjoy it, especially in the summer. It's really fun to wear cream products. So yeah, that is number 14. Coming at number 13, I have a blush from Lancome, and the reason why this is ranking low is mostly because I have this shade 10 times over in my collection, and this formula is great, but it's just something that I forget, and that's just me being honest with myself. I forget to pull for this. It's beautiful, but I have this shade in other formulas that I like slightly better, and since I have so many of that shade, it's ranking lowly. Next up is my Pearlescent Pink highlight or Pearlescent Pink. And I hate the packaging on these because I have another one that you'll see later that is broken, but this shade is also very similar to that shade from Lancome. And the reason, again, is that I just have the shades too much in my collection to be excited about it in this formula. So yeah, I do enjoy wearing these shades. It's just that when I have too many of them, again, you lose the excitement. Next up is one that I commonly forget about because I bought this the end of December this past year, and mostly I wanted to try over highlighters. I had not really tried any, and this was one that I was like, okay, this is a great little travel palette. I haven't really worn it much, obviously. This I was expecting the blush in here to be matte, and that made me not very excited for it, but at the same time, when I actually go to swatch it, it's got a really pretty sheen to it. And but it's not too metallic-y. So I'm pleasantly surprised by the blush, but again, it's one of those, it's a coral pink kind of blush that I have 10 times over, and I forget about it, and therefore it ranks low, even though it's a spectacular blush. I have no issues with it. Next up is another one in the same line of thinking. I like this shade a little bit better. This is a blush from my Grinch, the Pure Grinch palette, and I honestly forget about it. Oh, it smells really good, but this is called Heart of Who, and I think I'm ranking this slightly above the other ones because at least this one is a slightly different, it has kind of a different tone to it. It's a little bit more rosy colored rather than like corally. And so I enjoy that. I actually really like the formula on that too. Now the highlight in this palette, I'm not crazy about, but the blush I actually enjoyed every time I reach for it. I just commonly, unless I'm actually using this eyeshadow palette, I forget to use it in general just because, yeah, I don't remember that, oh yeah, that has a beautiful blush in it, let me pull it. So yeah, moving into, let's see, what's next? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. Number 9 in my collection. Wow, sorry about that. I have another palette kind of thing. This was like one of my first high-end purchases. As I was getting into makeup, I believe it was like a Black Friday sale. This is a Tarte like live-in color eye and cheek palette, and it comes with like a little quad, little neutral quad, which just a bonus review. I don't know if this quad is representative of all Tarte shadows. I love the mattes, but this shimmer formula is trash. So moving on to, I mean, it says it's the Amazonian clay. If I remember correctly, it's supposed to be the Amazonian clay formula, but this blush back here is one that honestly probably ranks lower, mostly because it's in this annoying package that I just don't enjoy. Most, like half of the eyeshadows in here. And so when I want to pull this out, it's like I want to be able to travel with it, but I don't enjoy traveling with it because the eyeshadows are such trash. So yeah, that is the shade of that one. I actually really enjoy the shade of it. It's a really nice, beautiful neutral shade. I've actually worn the blush a ton, but it shows very little progress. I'm so shocked by the number of times that I've dug into this and like I have nothing to show for it, which is shocking to me. All right, I hope everything's still in the same spot that we were just a second ago, but I had to pause the camera and change my battery, so sorry, here we are. So coming in, I believe at number 8 is my NYX, this is like a baked blush illuminator kind of thing, and this is in the shade Wanderlust, and this is what it looks like. I don't know if you'll be able to tell here, but I have a ton of use in this guy, and it's kind of starting to flatten out a little bit over on the top here. But this shade is one that I actually do get excited about. It's a very pretty corally shade, really nice. I really enjoy it. And I actually really just find that I enjoy baked blushes in general because I think they give my cheeks a little bit of life. So I really enjoy that blush. Moving on to number 7, this is another Lancome blush, but this one is ranking higher because of the shade. So this is a more mauve toned color. This is Rose Fresque or something. I think I'm saying that right. And again, you probably can't see it here, but I have a very, like, this thing is packed because I've also dug into this guy quite a bit, and it doesn't show a lot of progress, which I guess is the name of the game for blushes, but it's a nice cool tone mauve kind of pink, and I actually really enjoy it a lot in the fall when I start to wear more mauve tones. But in the summer and the spring, I like to pull for bright corally colors, and so that brings me to this guy. This is my Stila Perfect Me, Perfect Hue. This is in the shade Tan Deep. I found this at TJ Maxx, and yes, I know I'm not tan or deep, but I actually bought this because I thought that these eyeshadows were a great travel little palette, as well as this blush here. And I kind of knew this one would be too dark for me, but I thought that it would make a very beautiful eyeshadow. Oh my gosh, words. Eyeshadow for when I want to travel. And I actually have traveled with this, and I love this palette for travel. I think this shade is very fun and very pretty. There's a little swatch of it. Very pigmented. These Stila blushes are super pigmented, but that shade just works for me. It works for my skin tone, and so even though I don't prefer blushes to probably be as pigmented as this one, I don't have an issue with this one because it flatters my skin tone pretty well. So yes, and I've actually, like, just honorable mention to this blush. This one is the shade Vibrant, and this one is the shade Witty. This shade I've used on my eyes before, and I've taken like a minty blue or a mint green, like, eyeshadow from different ColourPop makes a ton of them. I've taken one and kind of popped it on my lid, and it's such a nice, pretty color. So yeah, shout out to that for sure. All right, we are entering the top 5 blushes for me. And for that, I'm gonna go with number 5, Apricot in the middle, which again, I hate this packaging. It always breaks. The only thing that's saving it is that sticker. And this is the shade, I think I already said it, but Apricot in the middle. It's a beautiful neutral, has a slight shimmer to it. Let's see if I can do a little, yeah, right there. And actually has like a kind of orange coral undertone, even though in the pan it looks pretty daggum, almost brown or bronzy neutral. I love this shade so much. And yeah, there's nothing else I can say about that. Number 4 is one that I'm kind of surprised by. I picked this up when I first moved to Sweden. We were walking around downtown and they had a Sephora and they had like a giant little sale going on because I guess I was changing of season. Yeah, it would have been August or September and they were changing in season. And this is, I never tried a Benefit blush, and this is Bana. And I grabbed it because it was literally like $7 US dollars, and I am pleasantly surprised by this. It's actually a very light blush, so that's what it looks like on my finger. And then here we go on the back of my hand. It's barely, you can see it right there. Let's see, I'll show you. You can barely see it, but I actually really enjoy the shade of this. This is a nice, buildable, really light blush, but I think it's really, really pretty. Yeah, moving into my top 3. Now, this is one that, this is the main reason why I could not bring myself to rank all 31 palette, like, pans of eyeshadow in my collection, because it would be way too hard to pick out which one of these I like the least, because I like this entire palette. I bought this, I got a gift card from my sister-in-law a couple of years ago for my birthday, and I bought this, the Tarte Blush Bazaar, and I was attracted to it because it had a really good mixture of both warm tones, these over here, and then it's got a little bit of cool tones going on. I do wear warm tones most of the time, but I mean, it has both. It has some nice neutral tones, and this is my 9 in 2019 if you haven't seen it. I am trying to work off the tree patterns in this, and I don't know if you can tell on camera here, but this thing is getting a lot of love from me this year, and I'm happy about it. I've enjoyed every second of working on it. If I had to pick like my top, I don't even know if I could pick a top favorite in this palette. I think my top 3 favorites are Fortunate, Exhilarating, ooh, there's those 2 there, and then, oh no, I want to pick 4. Extraordinary is really beautiful. It's like the only one with like a strong sheen to it. I'm gonna put that between those 2. And then I guess my next favorite would be Authentic, this mauve color right here, because this one is probably the most cool tone in the palette and it's gorgeous. But I honestly enjoy the whole palette. I think it's really versatile. It's been an excellent, like, as this project pan, this 9 in 2019 has shown me, it's been an excellent buy for me because it's got so many options and they last freaking forever. So there's that. Moving into my top 2, and this one is my newest blush, but I'm not surprised that it's ranking this high. This is my Essence Satin Touch blush in the shade Satin Love. This blush is gorgeous. It is pretty daggum pigmented, but it's the most beautiful neutral shade. It's there, and for that reason, it's so easy to wear. I think it looks amazing on my cheeks. It's got an actual satin matte, like, it's not matte, it's not super shiny or shimmery. It's this nice, really healthy looking flush on my cheeks, and it's beautiful. It's really stunning. I have no complaints. Coming in at number 1, this is my favorite blush formula. I've probably said that a million times in different Shop My Stashes and that kind of thing, but here we are. This is my Laura Geller Hollywood Blushing Trio. I found this at Ross, but These shades in this palette are available. I believe all of them might be available, or at least most of them are available in her Baked Blushing blush line or whatnot. And so it has these shades Pink Grapefruit, Bora Bora, Maui, and Honeysuckle in the palette. And all of these are stunning. I love all three of them. The baked formula here, again, I think it's not too shimmery. It borders almost being too much, but I think it's gorgeous. It gives my face like a really beautiful, healthy glow, and I just love this formula. If you have not tried Laura Geller, the blushes formula, and you like a shimmery blush, why can't I talk? Then I would say you should try one, because I thought that they were overhyped, and I really, really, really enjoyed these. They're really, really gorgeous. So that is it for the ranking of my blushes. I hope you enjoyed it. If you have done this tag or this video, let me know in the comments. I'd love to see it. Also, I keep forgetting to mention this in every video that I filmed since I started this, but I've enjoyed meeting and I enjoy talking with so many of you, and rather than be a stalker and go back on like old videos of mine and like be like, hey, how are you doing? I've set up an Instagram account strictly for like panning and makeup kind of stuff, so not to overwhelm my like friends on my other my other Instagram account who like don't know anything about makeup and don't care about that. So if you want to connect with me on Instagram and you want to just hang out, chat, I literally view everybody who comments and stuff as my friend. And so if you want to connect a little bit more on Instagram, my handle will be listed down below, but it's at, is that a thing we say at pan no matter what, yeah, or no matter what, PANPANPANNOMATTERWAT. So I'm a nerd. Yes, it is a play on win no matter what, the rap song. So yeah, that's it. I hope to see you on Instagram. Come on over, give me a follow. I'll follow you back. We'll hang out, we'll be friends, we'll geek out about makeup together. So thank you so much for watching, and I will see you in the next one. Bye.